We are in for a tense few days with growing concern about the wildfire situation in our province. Strong wind and more lightning is in the forecast for many areas. Homeowners in the Venables Valley just north of Spences Bridge were forced to flee, and that's where we find our Alissa Thibault tonight. Alissa, the evacuation order came as the community was gathered to talk about the wildfire risk.
Absolutely, Chris. The residents who live behind this roadblock were actually at a fire smart meeting about 6 o'clock last night, and they saw this fire explode in size. The flames came up over the ridge and those evacuation orders were issued immediately. They had almost no notice to get to safety. Fleeing from a raging inferno.
And then there'd be these huge fire candlings, they're just leaping in the air 100 feet.
Wednesday night, residents in Venables Valley were told to pack up and leave after two fires burning near Spences Bridge merged into one.
It was like a screen I'm looking on my deck, and it's a big lake, and I'm looking, it's, count down the time when it's come to my property.
Mohammed and his wife had previously been evacuated in 2019. This time it happened so fast, he forgot some of his heart medication.
I thought, oh, maybe this is my last night.
Okay, I'm starting to see flames.
Smoke was highly visible through the day when the two fires measured at a few hundred hectares each. A few hours later, more than 5,000 hectares was burning.
We saw an increase in wind. That increase in wind pushed that fire over the ridge, combined the Tate Creek and Shetland fire together, and then created a flame front that wind had a lot of energy to push down the valley.
The wind was blowing the fire up across the top of the mountain range, but then the wind changed and it started pushing more toward the south where most of our homes are.
Around 55 crew members worked to tackle the fire, and for the first time this season, BC Wildfire deployed its night vision capable aircraft. Structure protection teams also working on assessments. Officials say, as far as they know, no homes have been lost.
I will say that structure losses are not the only kind of losses that matter to a community, particularly Indigenous communities where there are important cultural assets and communities where there are livestock.
Winds died down a little through the day, but temperatures stayed in the mid-30s, and flames from the Shetland Creek fire still visible from Spences Bridge as it burns over the ridge. And this could just be the beginning. BC Wildfire Service saying in their update today, we are on the precipice of a very challenging 72 hours with the forecast right across BC. So this is a very dynamic situation, Chris.